Hello, this is your host with a scary story. Every night I hear my name in the wind. It started when I was about 8 years old. I remember it clearly because I was playing an online game with my friend who lived in America. The time difference was 6 hours, so he would always log off when I had just gotten home from school. But that day he didn't log off. He stayed on for an hour after I got home, and we were having a great time. Then suddenly, bam, disconnected. I thought nothing of it until a few days later when it happened again. And again and again, every single day for a month. I told my parents about it, and they said to just ignore it. They said it probably just disconnected because of some problem with the network or something. I believed them, but it still bothered me, so I stopped playing that game. For a while, I forgot all about it, and then one day I heard my name in the wind. My dad and I were outside working on the car. He was fixing the engine, and I was washing the windows. Suddenly, I heard my name being called very clearly in the wind, but there was no one around. I looked at my dad, but his face was buried in the engine. He hadn't heard it. I shrugged it off and went back to washing the windows, but then my name was called again. I turned around to look again, but there was still no one there. I didn't say anything to my dad, though. I was afraid he'd think I was crazy if I told him I heard my name in the wind again, so I just kept washing the windows, pretending like nothing had happened. This continued for a while. Sometimes I could hear my name being called very clearly, and sometimes I could hear it more like a whisper. One time I could have sworn I heard it coming from inside the house, but when I went to check, no one was there. Sometimes it sounded like someone was calling my name out of breath, like they were running. Sometimes it sounded like someone was shouting my name angrily. No matter what, it always sent shivers down my spine. I don't know how to explain it. It was just terrifying. One time I was outside playing with a friend and I heard my name. I turned around, but there was no one there. I asked my friend if she had heard it, but she said no. And then I heard it again. This time, though, I wasn't scared. I was mad. I shouted back, "Who's there? Who's calling my name?" But no one answered. And then I heard a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It was a raspy, distorted voice, and it said, "Your name." It felt like the voice was mocking me. And then I started to feel really sick, and I threw up all over the place. My mom came out to see what was going on, and I told her I heard my name in the wind again. She just pulled me into a hug and said not to worry about it. She didn't seem scared or worried at all. She just acted like everything was fine. But I couldn't shake off this feeling that something bad was going to happen. One day I found myself sitting alone in the backyard for hours. I must have been thinking about it too much, because all I could think about was my name in the wind. I tried to distract myself by playing games, but I couldn't stop hearing my name. It was driving me insane. I just wanted it to stop. And then I saw a swing in the treehouse in our backyard. We used to play on it when we were younger, but now it was just collecting dust. I decided to start swinging. First, it was pretty scary because it creaked a lot. But as I gained momentum, I started singing a song to calm myself down. And as I sang, I started feeling better. But then, I heard my name in the wind, and I stopped singing. As soon as I stopped, I heard it again. If I sing, or talk, or make any kind of noise, I don't hear it. I stood up and started talking out loud to see if I was right, and sure enough, I didn't hear it anymore. I talked and talked until I ran out of things to say. Then I started singing again. For some reason I remembered an old lullaby my grandma used to sing for me, and I started singing it over and over. Then I noticed something strange. The melody of that song was the same as the tune my name was being called in. I stopped singing and thought about it. Could it be possible that my name was actually being called in that song? I've been hearing it in the wind for months, and I never noticed that it was a song until just now. It was driving me crazy trying to figure it out, but I just couldn't remember where I had heard it before. The next day I woke up and went straight to my computer. I searched online for old lullabies, but none of them matched the tune. I was just about to give up when I decided to search one last time. This time I added the word creepy to see if that would help. And sure enough, it did. The first link that popped up was a video of a woman singing the exact same lullaby I was thinking of. I clicked on the video and watched. And as I listened to the song, I felt a chill go down my spine. I recognized that tune anywhere. That's the song my name has been calling me in. The woman in the video wasn't very good looking, but there was something about her eyes that seemed familiar. I couldn't put my finger on it. I watched the video a few more times, and each time I felt more and more uneasy. I couldn't tell why, but it felt like I already knew her. Then I noticed something strange. The thumbnail of the video was slightly different. In it, the woman wasn't looking directly at the camera. She was looking off to the side with a creepy smile on her face. And then I realized why I felt like I knew her. I've seen that woman before. I've seen her in real life. She's not a person, though. She's a statue. There's a statue of her in the garden in front of our house. The lullaby she was singing was the same tune my name had been calling me in. The melody starts slow and soft, but it gets faster and louder as it goes on. And as it reaches the end, the music becomes distorted, and the voice becomes a raspy whisper, saying, "Your name." It took me a long time to realize it, but that's what the voice was saying. It wasn't my imagination. It was actually my name. Now that I know it, I can't stop hearing it. No matter how loud the music is, no matter how many people are around, I can always hear it. The song starts slow and soft, but it gets faster and louder as it goes on. And as it reaches the end, the music becomes distorted, and the voice becomes a raspy whisper saying, "Your name." Thank you for listening. This is your host. If you liked this story, please share it with your friends.